Hello, my name is Abby. I'm 28 years old and recently I went through some pretty traumatic ordeals. Life isn't always meant to be stable and I expected that when I got married to Jared a few years ago. But who could have expected such a twisted turn of events? I met him in high school, but we never really talked to each other the whole time. He was kind of the shy kid who had a very small friend group. I, on the other hand, was outgoing and knew just about everyone in every class. He and I reconnected 2 years later as I was finishing my college degree, and when he asked me out, I promptly said yes. Fast forward a few years, we got married and started living together. We didn't live with his parents or mine for too long. We wanted our own space, but his folks would visit us more often than I'd be comfortable with. Not because I wanted privacy all the time, but because I'd always felt that Richie and Amanda never really approved of me. This one time they visited us on the evening of our wedding anniversary.
Oh my god, sweetie, is that what you're wearing on your wedding anniversary?
What? Oh, sorry, it's not that time yet. Jared is on his way back from work and I came back a bit early for the special day.
Oh, seriously? You have pretty loose bosses, huh? Good for you. Are you going to fix us some tea or coffee as well?
Yeah, sure. Please sit down. Which one do you want, tea or coffee?
Hey, whatever you can manage to not ruin, haha!
Richie and Amanda always threw around mean remarks disguised as jokes or clever quips. I mean, for once or twice I could say they were joking, but when they started doing it, with every conversation we had, I became pretty aware that they were being sarcastic. I don't know if they thought I was stupid, but I was catching on. I chose not to retaliate because there was really no need for that. Jared was a doctor while I worked in the pharmaceutical profession. They never really looked at me kindly since they expected that he'd get married to someone who was also a doctor. That they'd made very clear from the moment they met me. Their first question to me was,
"So which hospital do you work with? The Central City Hospital or some private one?"
I work with a pharma company. It's related to the medical field, of course, but I'm not a doctor. I did kind of want to be a surgeon at some point, but I didn't follow through with it. I found my field to be more relatable.
Oh, that's surprising. Pharmaceuticals mustn't pay as much as you'd expect, right?
It does, actually. The market is huge. We even sell internationally, so I'm pretty financially stable.
How lovely. So when are you guys curing cancer?
Taunts like that were constant and always played off like jokes or harmless remarks. People, including Jared, usually laughed it off, and I started acting similarly. Not because I believed them for what they said, but just because I wanted to become a part of the family. I know that was foolish of me, but who wouldn't want to be accepted? A few years later, Jared's shifts became a bit irregular. He'd come home later than usual and do more night shifts. He said to me that his higher-ups wanted his presence in the hospital more often. If he kept going at it, maybe he'd be promoted. I was overjoyed when I got to hear it, but there was also a hint of sadness there. Does this mean I'll be home alone at night?
Just a few days a week, honey. It's not a big a deal. Plus, once I get promoted, we'll have all the time the world has to offer. I'll sit at home sipping some of your lovely coffee and we can talk all day. Well, mostly.
What does that mean?
You know, new positions mean new responsibilities. It's a very complicated system, but the gist of it is, if I work hard today, I'll have more time and more money tomorrow. It's all worth it, honey, believe me.
I didn't understand how it all worked, but I went along with it regardless. I wanted Jared to grow as big and successful as it was possible. Soon enough, his parents started visiting us less and less. Before, they'd visit every once a week, and later it became more like once a month. Around the same time, Jared came home drunk, and I found him passed out on the couch when I woke up in the morning. His shirt had an odd odor to it. I didn't know he used such a weird feminine perfume. What happened last night? I didn't even realize when you came in.
Yeah, you must have slept. One of our colleagues, Dr. Sheena, had her birthday, and so she took everyone to this cool club. It was such a fun night. I can't believe I got so hammered.
But didn't you have a shift?
Oh, we pushed a shift on some of the juniors. They need to learn to handle things by themselves too, you know? Plus, a little happy time never hurt anyone. I really wish you were there.
I'd have to be a doctor for that, huh?
Nah, nurse would be okay too. Sorry about that. I'm gonna take a quick shower. My head's hurting like anything. Can you help me with some orange juice?
So I did. I prepared a glass of orange juice for him, and once he was sobered up, we sat down to have breakfast. He didn't speak of the party any further. The more I asked, the more vague he'd become. I'd ask questions like, "So how long have you known this Dr. Sheena?"
Not that long. She was a junior until recently.
"Oh, so why'd she take everyone to a party? Must be kind of an extrovert."
You could say.
"How long were you out last night then? Was it fun?"
Oh, so it was. I don't know, we must have been dancing for a good while, I guess.
"Well, I'd really love to meet your colleagues sometime. Why don't you call them all over for dinner?"
What? Oh, yeah, sure. I'll call them this weekend.
"Sounds great!" He had no crystal clear answers to give me. I'd never met his colleagues, and that felt strange, but this time he didn't dodge anything right then. I waited and thoughtfully crafted a good dinner idea for him and his friends for the weekend to come. Everything from starters to desserts was perfectly decided. I wanted to make an impression on his friends. Come Saturday, suddenly things went sideways. I still remember being so worried and anxious about everything. Jared had been out again for work and hadn't brought over his friends at the time we determined together. Out of anxiety, I called him at work, but someone else picked up. "Hello? Who is this? Can you give the phone to my husband, Dr. Corner?" "Hey there, Abby, right? Hi, this is Dr. Sheena. Jared is a bit busy right now with a patient. His duties have skyrocketed since he's been trying to get a better position. How about you call us later on and he'll probably talk to you." What was this receptionist-like tone of hers? It was as if she was talking to some unknown person. I was his wife. I knew about this promotion, but she didn't have to say it like I knew nothing. Either way, I kept it calm and got to the point. "I know about it, Sheena. I'm his wife. Can you patch me through, please? When will all of you come home for dinner?" "All of us?" "Darling, I don't know what you're talking about. Jared hasn't told us anything about going for a dinner to yours. In fact, we're going to head to mine to have dinner instead tonight. Have you already prepared food?" "Yes! What do you mean he didn't tell you? We've been discussing this for the whole week. Could you please give him the phone? Like I said, he's busy right now. I'll be sure to let him know to call you later, okay?"
"Fine."
What? Did he just happen to forget about the whole idea just like that? I couldn't believe it. I'd worked so hard and come home a bit early just to host all of them, and they were just going to head to this Sheena's place instead. The least he could have done was to tell me the plan a day or even a few hours early, but I got to know it from this complete stranger. I still remember how sad things were. I opened up the dinner and just served it all to myself. Eating alone when you're married and prepared to host has to be one of the saddest things out there. More importantly, there was so much food there that one person couldn't have possibly finished any of it. I didn't want to throw any of it away, so I just decided to give it to the homeless in the neighborhood. It was starting to get chilly outside, and everyone looked eager for the warm food. I felt a bit relieved. At least someone wanted to appreciate the food. Looks like Jared already had a mouthful to prepare for. When he came back, I knew there would be a war of words. "What in God's name have you been up to? You didn't call me back. You didn't bring your colleagues to dinner. Which, by the way, we planned the whole week, and now you're just showing up like nothing's happened."
"Call you back? You didn't call me. I was busy, Abby. Lots of people in need today. I can't just abandon my duties, and I'm so sorry about the dinner. I just forgot about it when everything was going on."
Can't believe... Wait, did you say I didn't call you?
"Yeah, you didn't call. Do you really think I wouldn't call you back?"
"I called you, Jared. Dr. Sheena picked it up and said she'll tell you to call me back later on. Are you telling me she didn't say a word?"
Yeah, you know what? She didn't tell me anything. I think she forgot to."
Wow. For people who study for like half a decade, you guys are good at forgetting stuff.
Hey, relax now. Let's not say anything we'll regret. Our profession is a noble one, and you've got to respect it.
Your profession? I'm talking about you. You forget a lot. How can you forget a whole dinner? You're showing up early morning. I had to eat alone again and give the food away to the homeless. I'd worked so hard. It's like you've forgotten me.
Abby, you need to relax. I haven't forgotten anything. I'm just busy.
Sheena said you were all going to her place after work.
Well...
His face dropped and he sighed for a bit. It looked like he was about to say something but decided not to.
We didn't go to hers either. I just ate by myself in the cafeteria and came home.
Are you being serious right now?
Yes, of course I am.
You know what? I can't deal with all of this right now. I'm going to go for a walk.
I'll go to sleep.
And just like that, things got wrapped up that day. I couldn't even fathom what was going on in his head. Jared looked all confused and tired, as if he had been dealing with things that he wasn't telling me about. I wanted him to open up and say something to me that made even an ounce of sense. Instead, I found my in-laws at the door that same evening. What was going on?
So me and the folks thought it was a good idea if you take a little break. Take it as an apology from me for everything that's been going on.
Yes, honey, I've heard Jared's bit of a promotion has gotten you in a little bit of a daze. No worries, he's sending us oldies off for a little fun time. We'd love for you to join.
Yes, and you don't get to spend a single dime of your salary. It's all for free, just this one time, though.
Wait, what's going on? What a fun time. What are you guys talking about?
Vegas! We're going to go and have fun. Well, I mean, the three of us anyway. Dad, no, I didn't say Vegas. I said Colorado. But
it's okay, Richie. We'll go to Vegas some other time. Our pretty little daughter-in-law will take us there next, right? This time, Colorado it is. Wait, but why am I going and why won't you be coming? I have to go to work, you know. Well, he can't come. He's got to save lives, love. And as for your job, can't you take a few of those paid leave things you'd like talking about? It'll be fun and you won't lose any salary.
Abby, hey, look, it's been too busy for us, I know that. I'm hoping to turn that around as soon as possible, okay? And consider this as a sorry for the whole dinner fiasco. Go and have fun. Mum and Dad will take care of you while you guys are there, and it's all perfect.
This is so sudden. I'll have to apply for a leave and it'll take at least a week for that to be approved. It doesn't work like that. I can't just call and take an off.
I know. Take your time with it. The flights don't take off until around this time next week. Mum and Dad just showed up today to talk to you into it. Right, Mum? Dad? Absolutely. I also wanted to talk about Vegas, but that can wait. Haha, yes it can. Anyway, what do you say, sweetie? Will you go on for some time? This place is nice this time of year. You'll get to wear your stress out there.
I'm going to think about it, okay? No promises. Once things started, it was difficult to shut them off. Jared and his parents were really determined to make me go. In fact, they'd already booked my tickets too. But something about this whole idea wasn't sitting right for me. The whole dinner thing happens, and now he's just sending me away for a few days. Why? Why is the man never involved in a family plan? Somehow there's always work this, work that. I get that he's trying to get going with a better position, but should that really come at the cost of our marriage? I didn't know what to do with all of this. But there was one thing they were right about. I definitely needed a break from all the drama. It was all very upsetting, and getting away would probably be a nice decision. So I put in my leave the very next day. Almost a week later, it was time to get going. Come on, Abby! Let's not slow down. Those planes don't come back reverse, you know? Yeah, I'm almost done here. Don't worry. Did you guys pick up your phone chargers from the table last night? I'm not sharing mine.
Why? Sharing is caring. We shared our son, didn't we?
Wow, sometimes I wish he hadn't.
Everything all right, love?
Yes, everything's fine. I'm done with the packing. Are you sure you don't want to come along? You can try and not work for once, you know? It's the weekend anyway.
I know. I wish I could, but it's not happening for me. We'll go by ourselves soon, I promise. Just me and you.
All right. I'll hold you to that then.
Yes, bye.
The taxi was at the door. Jared looked oddly relieved that we were going on our way. I guess he was just happy that I'd finally get to take that little break I needed so badly. Either way, I was finally in a vacation mood. We had planned to go see national parks and have a little fun in Denver. My in-laws weren't the best company, but either way, I could just ignore them for a little while longer when we went there. Soon as we settled down in the taxi, Amanda said, "So how do you spend your time alone at home, Abby, now that Jared has to work for so long?" "No, I'm at work too, Amanda, so it's not that bad."
"But he doesn't come back fast enough, does he? Is he ever gone for too long?"
"Yes, sometimes he's away for a whole day and comes back in the morning. It does get a little empty in the house."
"Well, why don't you ever come and visit us? It's not that bad, is it? I mean, you could just take days off from work to relax with us."
I don't know what you think I do, but I can't just take days off randomly, Richie. It's not how that works.
Surely it can't be as important as a doctor's job, right?
See, that's the issue right there. You don't seem to think that my job is important.
But I mean, Richie, enough! We're going out!
Do we have to talk about all of this? Give the girl a little space, will you?
Fine. I was just saying, you know, but... Okay, let's just be quiet. I need this just as much as the other guy.
The rest of the ride was surprisingly less awful. Everyone was quiet and enjoyed the mellow music that was playing in the car. Things went off track the moment I got off at the airport, though. Me and the folks just decided to start getting on our way when my phone rang. It was Jared. I picked up and heard a voice that was filled with panic.
"Hey, honey, can you come back real quick? I need some help."
"What happened? Are you okay? Can you please take a deep breath first?"
"Just come here. I don't know how long I'll have signal. I'm locked."
"Jared, what?"
You're locked where? Jared, are you okay? What happened, darling? Is everything okay? I don't know, Help me, please come home. I'm in the basement. The call cut off. I panicked. My heart was going insane. Quickly, I grabbed a taxi and asked the driver to speed me away. There was no time. I didn't wait for Amanda and Richie to sit with me and just asked them to head home as soon as they could. They looked confused, but I didn't have time to explain. When I reached home, everything was a mess. I could see a bunch of clothes lying around the house. Everything was tossed around on the couch. I could even see stains of lipstick on Jared's shirt. What the hell was going on? I leaped to the basement door and opened the combination lock, and lo and behold, Jared stood on the stairs wearing a towel. He came in to give me a full bear hug, but I pushed him away. Oh my God, thank you so much. I can't. Jared, what the hell is going on over here? Why aren't you wearing anything? Why is there lipstick on your shirt? Thieves, they were here! Oh, and I'm assuming a thief kissed your shirt and took it off you. Tell me the truth! I'm telling you, who was it? It was Sheena! He finally admitted it. My worst fear! I thought about the possibility, but it was never more than an intrusive thought. This Dr. Sheena had so much to do with everything that was going on, but in the moment, my ears couldn't quite take in everything that was said. She locked me down here. You were. I can't believe this whole time. Maybe I should throw you back in there. Please, I'm sorry, I was stupid. She's a crazy lady, I can't do this. Please don't go. Oh, yeah? You were stupid because she turned out to be awful and not because you were betraying me? God, Jared, I'm out of here. No, please don't go. Hey! I was storming out of there when Amanda and Richie arrived in their taxi. They stopped right outside the gate and stopped that driver so he could take me back to my old apartment instead. I still owned the place, but it had no furniture or anything. It was fine by me. I just needed a place to be alone at the time. What happened, darling? Shut up, Amanda. Whoa, you can't talk to her like that. No wonder Jared likes Dr. Sheena better. So you knew about this? No, we just thought they were good friends. Have you met her? Once? You guys have ruined my life. All of you, completely insane. I can't believe I bought the whole going on a trip idea. Don't try to contact me ever again. Abby, please stop. Jared came out running from inside the house, so I quickly got into the taxi. I could barely hold in my tears as it all unfolded. I just asked the driver to get going, and he did. I cried during the ride. The driver was nice enough to not say a word. Things slowed down for a few days. I went home and invited some friends over to vent it all out. They convinced me to file for divorce, and I did it the very next week. Jared came over to convince me, but no way was happening. You don't trust a liar twice unless you're stupid, and I wasn't. Months into the arguments, the divorce finally went through. I was able to get rid of that lying swine of a husband and the annoying in-laws. I've set up my old home again now. I go to work and hang out with my friends every evening. It feels peaceful. I do miss my marriage sometimes, but I know it was never going to be the same ever again. The best I can do is look out for myself and move on, and that's what I'm going to do.